You know how long a lot of us been saying, Nelly, please give Ashanti a baby. Nelly, please give Ashanti a baby. I think a lot of us wanted to live vicariously through Nelly because Ashanti always been fine. She fine as hell. And she's still fine as hell today. But to see the journey that her and Nelly has been on since way back when, I mean, they were both pretty young when they came into the game and blew up big time, and then all that broke Irv Gotti's heart and all. Irv Gotti thought Ashanti wanted somebody around her old age group, bro. She didn't want you. Anyways, Ashanti and Nelly are now expecting their first child together. Shout out to MSN. It says, after rumors surfaced last year that singer Ashanti and rapper Nelly were having a child together, the two have finally confirmed the news today through People magazine. Ashanti, whose full name is Ashanti Sequoia Douglas, she shared news on a video on Instagram, which she captioned it by saying, baby, 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 baby. But Ashanti got a song, baby, 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 baby. So people might have thought she was talking about that song. Now in the clip, her mother, Tina Douglas, asked her, Ashanti, how much time she need to prep for the performance. To which she answers, I'm gonna need about 9 months. Well, if she need about 9 months, that means she just got pregnant. We heard the rumors last year. We thought she would be delivering that baby by now, or was almost close to it. This will be Ashanti's first child. She waited. She put her career together. She put her finances together. She did something with herself. She's not a pass around. Not 1,000 men on her list have ran through her. She a good girl type of girl. You know what I'm saying? And she now has her first child on the way. Nelly himself shares 2 children, his daughter, Chanel Haynes, and his son, Cornell Haynes III, with his ex-partner, Chanetta Valentine. Nelly also adopted his niece and his nephew, Sean and Sydney Thomas, after his sister, Jackie Donahue, had passed away in 2005 from leukemia. Really, really stand-up guy. I remember one time, they were talking to Nelly and they were like, why don't you and Ashanti just go ahead and tie the knot and go ahead and have you a nice little family with some babies and whatnot. And I remember Nelly saying, I got 2 kids of my own already, and I'm not out here trying to rush to have any more children because I take family so serious and I take marriage super serious. That's the type of family he comes from, right? And then he went on to say, I even adopted my sister's 2 children, so really I have 4 children. And them 2 that I adopted from my sister, that's my blood sister. She died of cancer, of leukemia, 2005. And even her children, they're pretty much like my children. There's no different in how I treat them, how I treat my own, because they're an extension of my baby, my sister. So I got responsibilities already, so I'm not in a hurry. Man, a lot of people thought he was making excuses, but that ain't no excuse. If you listen to what he was saying, that's just a grown man or a young man with grown man intentions. You understand? Right. So speaking to Essence, Ashanti shared another major milestone. Said she and Nelly are also engaged. She's pregnant. They're engaged. A lot of people are talking. Oh, there we go. So I guess they're promoting this in the black community. It's going to be engagement and baby, but no marriage. I guess this is what it is. You have the baby first, and then you hope the ninja marries you, and then he puts an engagement ring on it, and it lasts for years, and then he move on to somebody else and marry them in 2 months. People are bitter out here. And people just won't give others the chance to live their life the way they see fit, right? Nelly and Ashanti actually are involved in so many different things. Like, for instance, I don't know if y'all know it, but Nelly sends a bunch of students to college from his city every single year with their tuition fully paid off. And he's been doing this for over a decade quietly without saying anything to anybody. And he has his annual fundraiser, which is a huge event in his city, right? And then, of course, Ashanti out here got her own thing going. So, with all that said and the man being spread thin, people will jump in and be like, get married now. The proper way to do it is to walk down that aisle, put a ring on that finger, say I do, and then babies come after. Man, it is. Okay? I won't even argue with that. It is in our parents and our grandparents' time. In today's day and age, all that hurrying up to get married stuff, all I see is people hurrying up right after that to get divorced. So take your time, pump your brakes, figure out what it is you want to do. I've seen parents parent children that were never married to each other, and those children had a spectacular life. And I've seen parent children who were married to each other, and those children went through hell on earth. Some of them, the kids didn't even want to go home after school because they knew that mommy and daddy was going to be at the house arguing and fighting. Could you imagine your kids sitting on the corner after school? Everybody else is skipping home happy, and your kids on the corner like, man, I wish they would just separate and go their separate ways just so I could walk into a happy house after school one of these days. I'm going home to stress. I'm going home to argument. I'm going home to a bad vibration in my house. You know what I mean? So I leave people alone and let them do their thing, man, and whatever works for them works for them. Life is not a one-size-fit-all journey. Everybody got to take their own twists and turns and curves and to get to where they feel they need to be, right? And we don't all have the same destination except for death. So this new year of my life, this is Ashanti. She said, this new year of my life is such a blessing, full of love, hope, and anticipation. Ashanti said, motherhood is something that I have looked forward to. And sharing this with my family, my fiance, and my lovely fans who have been so supportive of my career, this is an amazing experience. Now, the duo, Ashanti and Nelly, they sparked pregnancy rumors back in December of 2023 when made an appearance at the Black and White Ball in St. Louis. During this time on stage, Ashanti touched her stomach, which led Nelly doing the same, and fans speculated that both of them was trying to tell us that she's pregnant. I think what it was back then is they were working on it. That's what it was. And she was trying to say, we working on it. Or she was trying to say, the relationship is so tight right now that a baby is in the mix. You understand? A baby is on the way. Nelly confirmed the two were back together in an interview on the Boss Moves with Rashida show, saying that, I think back then what Nelly said was, he said, the reconciliation surprised both of us. The two first dated back in 2003. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, that these two got crazy history since we in 2024. They first dated back in 2003, and they were together for nearly 10 years when they first dated. That's some serious history. This is when I think Ashanti skipped away from Irv Gotti and started being with Nelly exclusively. It wasn't anything that we planned, he said. We both were pretty much doing what we do, he said. And then he said, but sometimes being separate, you understand one another more. You could be like, well, yo, let me exactly see maybe what they see. We all can be defensive at times in our own relationships. We know we're wrong, but we're going to stand on being wrong. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But we all a victim of that though. So in other words, what Nelly is saying is it took some time for him to mature. It took some time for him to be able to say I'm wrong and apologize. It took some time for him to grow up. It took some time for him to find himself in a position that he is in where he can say, this is where I want to be, and this is who I want as my person, and I'm going to fight for this, and I'm going to make sure that this relationship work. And as the stars would align and the universe would have it, it's the same thing that's going on in Ashanti. She is no longer on ego time. You know, when you're young, especially in your young 20s, and then you get rich and a whole lot of money and fame comes with it, that ego will kick out. Nobody could tell you you're wrong. You're going on tour constantly. You're in high demand. You're making a lot of money. You got a lot of people around you that only say yes to you. It kind of affects your relationship. You know, your partner trying to tell you, listen, you're wrong. We got to sit down and talk about this. I don't know. You probably fly off the handle and say something like, well, I don't have time for all that. First of all, I'm not apologizing because I wasn't the one that was wrong. And second of all, I got shit to do. Okay, I have rehearsals coming up. I got a show in St. Louis tomorrow. I got one in New York the day after. I don't have time for this bullshit. And then you cast your relationship off like that and make your partner feel like a nobody. And then there comes a conversation. Hey, we both too busy. We both got too much going on. We both just got to go our separate ways. So it happened for them. But as time would have it, they're grown, more mature now, and the universe brought them back together again. Honestly, I'm a big Nelly fan from back in the day. Andale, andale, mommy, iya, iyo. Oh, what's poppin' tonight? I'm a big Nelly fan, and I am a big Ashanti fan. I don't even see them doing R&B like this no more. The type of R&B that Ashanti did. They just come from and represent an era gone by. You know what I mean? And they still around looking young and fly, able to represent it just the same. So I love seeing them together. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. I wish them all the best. I hope they bring a happy, bouncing baby boy or girl into the world. Who knows? These celebrities be popping off twins. Like, I don't know. So even if that's what it is, but I hope the baby's healthy, and I hope they stay together and do build that power couple level stuff and have a wonderful life. I'll catch y'all on the next video, man. It's Hot Topics TV / BrainFLoTv. You already know, if the topic is hot, we are on it. I'm out. Peace.